That Super Bowl coming up here on 9 News. The kickoff is at 4:30. Pregame starts at like 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday.
Day of partying.
So a lot of people tuning in. Some for the game itself, others for the halftime show, and some just tune in for the commercials.
Commercials and food.
Oh, yeah.
The food. You got to.
I don't get the food through the TV. Hopefully you're supplying the food.
I got the food.
Okay, good.
And the margs, don't worry. We know that year after year, companies are willing to spend big bucks on those primetime spots, and this year is certainly no different. Todd Donovan, an associate professor of marketing at Colorado State University, is joining us now. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
So this is wild. Every year, it feels like the price of a 30-second ad goes up. It is so expensive. This year, they're saying $8 million for 30 seconds. The question is, I mean, you've got so many eyeballs watching the game. Is that price tag worth it for these companies?
Absolutely. And it depends on which company's doing it. But if you average out, you look at how many people are watching it. Last year, 126 million people watched the Super Bowl. It works out to about 6 cents per person. Now, not every person's going to buy what you're selling, but advertisers need to get their eyeballs on their product. And so if they can have that, captivate that many people, if you look at the #1 show last year at that week before the Super Bowl, it was the Grammys, it had like 30 million people watching. 30 million versus 126, a big difference.
Not even close. So some companies will put their ads out before Super Bowl Sunday. Like it's their Super Bowl ad, but you see it ahead of the time. And I'm wondering, what is the strategy behind that? Because I thought there would be some value in holding off and waiting.
Absolutely. There was a study, though, that's done a few years ago that looked at doing little teasers. So like on NBC News at nightly at 5 o'clock or 5:30 that's coming on, they'll do a little teaser. They'll show like a 10-second blip, or they'll announce Brad Pitt's in this commercial coming out. What you find is they did a study and found that if you expose people a little bit, they will remember your ad, but there's also an inhibitive effect that comes out, meaning you don't remember the other brands that are in there. So if you're Coca-Cola and you announce that ahead of time or show the commercial ahead of time, no one's going to remember the Pepsi ad. So you want to get people, you want to tease them a little bit, let them look forward to that, seeing it again, especially if it's a humorous, interesting ad.
Right. It's so interesting. I think back, I feel like the pandemic year-ish, it was all about emotion, right? Like we're in this together, and it was that. And then a couple years later, it was like really like humor and pushing the envelope. What trends do you think that we'll see this year?
Well, I think they're going to go back to humor. We're at that point, and humor ads are the ones that are lasting. They're the #1 ad basically every single year, is to have something. And if they can incorporate either celebrities in those ads somehow, maybe some kind of nostalgia, bringing back like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that they did a takeoff of that a few years ago, or animals and children. That's what drives people. And like I said, the nostalgia really brings people, and people elevate that ad to the #1.
How about time for one more question? AI, game changer in many industries, including advertising. Do you anticipate seeing more AI use in Super Bowl commercials this Sunday?
Absolutely. It's getting easy, getting cheaper to do that and make it look real. Years ago we did. There was a Coors Light ad where they put John Wayne in it. It was all simulated. They basically used old footage of him. Okay. But now we can do AI and make it look. It's not going to be jumpy or choppy. It's going to look very real.
Yeah. And then you think about it, $8 million is just for the commercial spot. That's not paying for the celebrity and for the production. I mean, it is a huge investment for these companies. But when you're talking about that many eyeballs on it, you can see why it does well. Well, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We'll be watching.